Who was the first king in history? This ruler is considered to be the first great conqueror, the founder of the first known empire in the ancient world. But before he unified Mesopotamia, he was just a lowly peasant. He was not born into royalty, but his parents were probably common folk who lived in a small village. Historians believe that Sargon grew up speaking Akkadian, a language vastly different from the Sumerian language spoken by the elite class. Even though he wasn't a Sumerian, Sargon would go on to conquer all of the Sumerian city-states and unite them under one banner, creating the first empire in history. Soon after, his mother remarried and Sargon went to live with his uncle, a powerful warlord named Ishmdabani. During a battle against the city-state of Kish, Ishmdabani was killed, leaving Sargon to fend for himself. Young and inexperienced, Sargon fled to the city of Akkad, where he was eventually taken in by a local nobleman named Lugal-Zagasi, and from the Armenian highlands in the north to the Arabian desert in the south. To rule over such a large empire, Sargon established a new capital at Akkad and reorganized the military to keep everything under control. He divided his empire into provinces and appointed loyal governors to watch over them. Thanks to these reforms, the Akkadian Empire enjoyed relative peace and prosperity for decades. With the help of this new mentor, Sargon rose through the ranks of the military until he became the most powerful general in the army. He encouraged trade and cultural exchange between the various peoples of his empire. But Sargon's legacy lived on. His empire would serve as a model for future Mesopotamian rulers, and his accomplishments inspired generations of conquerors. He was also a patron of the arts and sciences, and his court was a center of intellectual activity. But what would you like to know about history's first king? Let us know in the comments section below. His uncle took him under his wing and taught him everything there was to know about warfare and ruling a kingdom. They faced fierce resistance, but eventually Sargon's cunning and military tactics prevailed, and he was able to defeat his enemies. With the city-states defeated, Sargon finally fulfilled his destiny and became the first king of the Akkadian Empire. Soon, Sargon was ready to lead armies into battle and bring glory to his uncle and the kingdom. Together, they led their troops into many successful battles against neighboring city-states. Let's learn about the incredible rise of the first king. Sargon, the first king in history, was born around 2334 BC in the ancient Mesopotamian region of Akkad. Sumer was made up of several independent city-states such as Kish or in Uruk. We have an entire series dedicated to ancient Mesopotamia. Click here to see more. They were often at war with each other and had no central authority to protect them from outside invaders. You can probably guess that being born a peasant wasn't easy. Life was tough and sometimes deadly. In order to survive, young Sargon likely had to work in the fields, raising crops and tending to livestock. At night, he would probably sleep in a simple hut made of mud brick with his family. Despite the hard work and simple living, Sargon had big dreams. He wanted more than what life as an Akkadian peasant had to offer him. And it didn't take long for him to get his wish. Though many empires would follow in Sargon's footsteps, he is credited with being the first to unify these city-states and establish the Akkadian Empire. But how did a peasant turned king achieve such greatness? When Sargon was just 12 years old, his father died and left his mother in charge of the family. But Ishmdabani's enemies would get the last laugh. After years of preparation, Sargon and Lugal-Zagasi led their armies out to conquer the Sumerian city-states. Sargon's empire was vast. It stretched from the Persian Gulf in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west. Sargon also played an important role in advancing Mesopotamian culture. After Sargon's death in 20 to 79 BC, the Akkadian Empire collapsed and Mesopotamia fell into chaos once again. Thanks to Sargon, we have the first known empire in history. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our other videos about ancient civilizations. Thanks for watching. Bye.